you guys ready for this? I know I am. Good afternoon, everybody. My last meeting is here, the last one. And how exciting is it that our keynote speaker is the new University of Arizona head football coach, Jedd Fisch. Talk about going out with a bang, right? We're doing things a little bit different today. The coach is going to speak before we have our lunch. So I know you guys love hearing me, rattle on and on, but I'm going to go ahead and cut things short, but we are going to start with the pledge and song today. Leading us today is a new member, Nancy Bevins. I have quite a few little notes to say about her, but I think we're going to save some of them for later. She is originally from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I'm going to let you guys hear a little bit more about her later, but I look forward to getting to know you better, Nancy. Chris Dodge, of course, will be accompanying us on the keyboard. Come on up.
All right, if you'd all join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we're going to sing My Country 'Tis of Thee. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Introducing our keynote today, we have, go ahead and sit down, everybody. We have John Wong, member since February of 1983, retired orthopedic surgeon, Princeton University graduate, club president 2006-2007, and the car show architect, otherwise known as Special Op Doc. Come on up here, John.
Today is a big deal. It's such a big deal that I wore socks today. Go ahead. All right. Today we're very happy to have with us the head coach of Arizona football, Jedd Fisch. He's going to talk about our team this year. It's been my privilege to participate in the care of Arizona athletes for 44 years. When I started, the football coach was Tony Mason. The athletic director was Dave Strack, and the president of the university was John Schaefer. Anybody remember those names? You guys are old. Since 1977, much has changed and much is very new, such as this indoor football practice facility, which was built right next to Arizona Stadium and finished construction in 2019. Also new, since December 2020, is Jedd Fisch. He brings abundant energy, enthusiasm, and respect for Wildcat football history, traditions, and alumni. These are traits we have not seen here for many years. Too many years. Originally from New Jersey, he went down south to college, graduated from University of Florida with a degree in criminology. And got a master's degree. While he was at University of Florida, he volunteered to be on the football staff with Coach Steve Spurrier, who was a Heisman Trophy winner, a fabulous college coach and an NFL coach, and that was the beginning of Jedd Fisch's sparkling career in the field of coaching. He went on to coach a total of 13 years in the NFL with some very successful football leaders. In addition, he has extensive experience at the college level, from the West Coast, where he coached in the Pac-12, to the East Coast, where he coached in the ACC, to the Midwest, where he coached in the Big Ten. Another thing that he has done that I really appreciate is he's reached out to football alumni and brought them back. The first one was Ricky Hunley. Next. Remember Ricky, 1982 All-American, went on to play in the NFL. He coached in the NFL. He also coached at the college level with Larry Smith at USC, boo, and also at Missouri. Next. Chuck Cecil. When Chuck played here, I had to operate on both of his knees. Next. But in spite of that, he became an All-American. He was an All-Star in the NFL. He coached for many years in the NFL. Next. Teddy Bruschi, member of Dick Tomey's Desert Storm teams, All-American, and a major force for the New England Patriots. Sports Illustrated had this to say, and Jedd Fisch obviously was listening because he brought Teddy back to be a special advisor to Wildcat football. Please welcome Coach Jedd Fisch.
Okay, thank you for that introduction. I almost had a little post-traumatic stress when someone had to come up here as a first-timer and lead a song. I was thinking to myself a few weeks ago, I was in Pebble Beach at a college football golf tournament, and they called on, they said all the first-year head coaches had to come up and sing in front of everybody. And our president was with me, and he said, I want you to sing, All I Do Is Win, Win, Win. And I said, we haven't won in 700 days, so it's going to be tough to sing that until we actually play a game. But we are back, and we are excited about where the Arizona football program is headed to. We've had an unbelievable June. We've had over 38 official visitors come through campus, and those are just class of 2022. That would be next year's recruiting class. The official visitors are people we could pay for to bring in. We are competing with the very best. We're competing with Oregon and USC and UCLA and Stanford and Northwestern and Michigan for these recruits, and we believe we're going to win a lot of these battles. No one rises to low expectations. So we are not in any way, shape, or form going to settle for a certain group of athletes. We're going to go for the very best. Things have been unbelievable here. I've got the pleasure and the privilege to have been the head football coach now for 6 months. And every day I wake up more excited, more energetic, more enthused, and really more thrilled to be a part of it. There's a ton of things going on. I realize that there's not enough time in the day. I tell our players that you all have plenty of time to do numerous things, school, community service, practice, and still have plenty of time for your friends, family, and whatever else you need. I do not feel the same way. I have not figured out the time budgeting situation. This morning at 3:18, I was staring at the ceiling, saying I know I can make it for 42 more minutes. But I didn't. And needed to get going on the day. So the day is, they have been full. They've been unbelievably thrilling, exhilarating. Our players are really embracing the change. We've worked very hard to bring and establish a new culture to University of Arizona. We've respect the past. We believe there's been a lot of great successes from the past. We're trying to do it our own way, but we believe that we could bring it back and then some. We've talked about for our team that it's about desert rising is the term that we use, and we want to bring it back up from where it was and continue to lift it up and lift it up and lift it up, and to really take it to a whole new level. Hopefully some of you have seen, we use the mantra, it's personal, and we use that in almost everything we talk about with our players. It's plastered all over our building, it's all over our weight room, it's all over our meeting rooms. We mention it each time we talk to our team. And when we say it's personal, we talk about things far greater than just one win or loss. For us, when we say it's personal, we talk about the family environment that we're trying to build here at the University of Arizona. We talk about we want our players to respect one another, to recognize where they came from, to take a personal investment in the person that's next to them, the coach that they have, the players that they play with, the teammates. We also tell them that we want them to take a personal investment in the community. When you walk out of our building, you're now a part of campus. You're a part of the Tucson community, the university itself. You need to be personally invested into that. We also talk about that you need to take it personal that people think that they're going to beat us on a Saturday. And you have to go in with a mindset, a chip on your shoulder, a mentality of losing is not okay. And you need to take every game personally. We have to take it personally if we're not respected in the media community when it comes to our players and our players where they have them ranked. And we take that personally. It means something to us. When Arizona was at its best in 1993, 4, 5, that era, 1998, when they went 12-1, you would listen back to those interviews. And I do them all the time, regularly, listen back, and we had a chip on our shoulder. We were going to be the toughest team they played. Not 1 yard was going to be easy to get, right? And that's where we need to be. We need to take that mentality and that mindset as a football program, and we feel that if we do that, we'll be very successful. Additionally, we believe that we have to educate our players in far more than just football. We're very proud of some of the activities that we're doing for our team. We had the highest GPA of any football team that's ever been at the University of Arizona this spring semester, and we're very proud of that. But as I've told our team, that should be the lowest GPA we ever have. And we need to continue to raise the bar and raise the standard on what we're looking for. We also believe in an educational package that we do every Wednesday, where we talk to our team in a program called We Educate Wednesday. And we've brought in guest speakers from around the country, around the globe, and around our campus. We've had professors from the law school, the medical school, the business school, African American studies, Judaic studies. We've also had former NFL players speak to our team, current NFL players speak to our team, former Wildcats speak to our team. Steve Kerr spoke to our team. Pete Carroll spoke to our team. Sean McVay, the head coach of the Rams, spoke to our team. Today at 4 o'clock, Jim Caldwell, who was the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Saints. When he was the offensive coordinator of the Colts and of the Ravens when they won 2 other Super Bowl rings. And he's going to talk to our team about what it's like at the next level, how hard it is to get there, and how you need to plan accordingly, meaning plan on not getting there, and see what happens. See what life looks like. What are you going to do in your 4 years of college to be ready? If you're a college football player and you commit the amount of time and energy and resources into being a great college player, and then you graduate with a degree of, let's call it over a 3.0 GPA, you should be one of the most sought after people for employment in the country, because you've been able to manage 20 hours a week of football another additional 6 to 8 hours of strength and conditioning, plus go to school, plus graduate with over a 3.0, and do it most likely in 3.5 years. So we try to encourage that with all of our players, and we're excited about that. We're excited about the season. The season is upon us in 10 weeks. We are 73 days away from opening day in Las Vegas. And then we are home in 80 days against San Diego State on September 11th. I see Chris back there looking to sell tickets to everybody and anybody that would like to buy them. I always travel. Some people travel with a companion. I travel with our season ticket sales director. And Chris will tell you that, which is exciting for us, we have 2,300 new season ticket holders since we arrived here. And we're needing to get to 20,000 to 25,000 season ticket holders by the end of July, and that would be outstanding. So we are over halfway there, and we're going to continue to build that number up. We want to be the best home field we can find. We want to have an unbelievable stadium. We want to pack the house. We want to encourage every single person to embrace coming to a football game. I know people complain about the time of the game. Okay? Most of our games will be at 7 o'clock at night, right? There couldn't be a better time. People, let me just tell you, I came from the NFL. Monday Night Football was something we all begged for, okay? It was under the lights. It was all the extra cameras. It was guaranteed to be on national TV. It was an opportunity for our players to showcase in the most unbelievable climate. So we have that given to us every week. So we take great advantage of that. We're going to embrace the idea of playing at night. If they need us to play during the day, we will do that, okay? But right now our mentality is they want to put us on prime time, and we're going to embrace that. We're going to absolutely do everything we can to make every home game as good as it can be. We want to be loud. We want it to be exciting. We want it to be energetic. And we want to raise the bar and raise the standard of play. No bad fourth quarters unless we can run out the clock. Then that's a good fourth quarter. So that'll be our mentality. Training camp begins August 5th. We will be here on campus. We are not going to leave campus. We have a gorgeous brand new 2019 building that was just built in 2019, the Colin Jeannie Davis Center, which is absolutely incredible. Air conditioned, 90 yards. You could kick, you could punt, you could practice, you could play. And then our practice fields, the Tomey practice fields, are connected to them. So we have everything we could ever want right here. We're going to open up practice wide open. Anyone can come. Anyone can watch. We encourage fans to come to practice. We'll practice at 8 at night and 8 in the morning during the course of training camp. So we're never going to put our guys out there in the heat and put them at risk. But we would love 8 o'clock at night practice to have people out there and enjoy the opportunity to watch our guys play. Come for 20 minutes, come for 40 minutes, whatever it might be. Just come on out there and embrace it. We have, if you have sons or grandsons or daughters or granddaughters, we'll have all sorts of face painting and activities connected to the practice facility to make it as much fun as we can. The environment is full of joy. Steve Kerr went to Golden State. I know we've all heard of Steve Kerr here. Steve Kerr went to Golden State as the head coach, and he said one of our 4 values is going to be joy. And that is as well for us. So we live off of energy, enthusiasm, joy, passion, and all the great things that will help our players survive. So I'll just tell you, I have no idea how many games we're going to win this year. I have no idea if we're going to be in a bowl game or not. I can tell you that we believe we'll win every game we compete at the highest level, okay? If we do things right, I tell our teams all the time, if we do it right, we should win. And if we don't do it right, we probably won't win. So our goal is to do it right on and off the field, not commit a bunch of stupid penalties, not turn the ball over, not miss a bunch of tackles, and good things come. So that is, those are our expectations. Do things right, good things come. We kind of keep it simple. The criminology degree, you know, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. That wasn't like the hardest degree in the world to get, okay? So I have to keep it simple, and I have to keep it clean. So that's kind of where we're at. I'd love to answer any questions if I'm allowed to do that, and then we'll take it from there. I know it's always the before you eat strategy is a good way to not have a lot of questions. So that was well planned. Yes, sir.
Coach, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's a billboard just north of Casa Grande on I-10 that says, "No pity for the kitty, 70 to 7."
Yeah.
Can you do something about that, please?
Yeah. I have seen it. I have seen it. And unfortunately, as I've told our team, we deserved it. And it's our job to make sure that that could never, ever be put out there again. But we, you know, you play like that, you know, you're going to, against your rival, you shouldn't be surprised that they're going to remind you of it. So it's our job to not allow that to ever happen again. A quarterback. Where's the lunch? Nah, just kidding. Yeah, the quarterback is a full quarterback competition. We have 3 quarterbacks that are competing for the starting position. We have Will Plummer, who just completed his freshman year here. He's from Arizona. We have Gunnar Cruz, who just transferred in from Washington State, who completed his freshman year up in Pullman. And we have Jordan McLeod, who just transferred in from University of South Florida as a graduate transfer, who has 2 years of eligibility left. He was the starter at South Florida the last year and a half. All 3 of them will compete. We'll roll the balls out and see the best man will win. Right now, Will and Gunnar have the advantage because they were here for the spring and Jordan was not. But Jordan is working very hard to catch up. And when we get out to training camp, we'll see which one of the 3 are able to become the starter. But it's wide open competition right now at that position. Yes, sir?
Do you have any comments or thoughts about student-athlete pay?
Ooh. Well, it's coming. And it's coming soon. I would assume it will probably be coming within the next few weeks, I would guess. I would think that the issue is that there's not a great understanding of how far that will go and where it can be taken. But for the most part, I think what the overall philosophy will be is that a player currently can go get a job and get paid. There's no problem with that. Players are not going to get salaries from the university. But what now they're probably going to allow players to do is if they wanted to work out an arrangement with a local barbershop and say, I'm going to put on my social media, you give the best haircuts. They're then able to get a free haircut, where that would have been considered not legal up until then. I think that there's some discrepancies on how far it will go, but what the idea behind it is if you are a player that has a media draw and you want to go do a commercial, you're allowed to benefit from being you rather than not. And that's kind of how that name, image, and likeness rule will come into effect. it makes sense to be able to allow those guys to benefit for being them. And now it'll just be a matter of how much they can actually make, how much the community would embrace that, and then really where you would fit it. You know, as I told recruits, it's one thing to live in LA and be the millionth most important person in LA, and it's another thing to be the starter in a college town. You know, you want to become someone that people talk about, come start in a college town. Don't go play in a team that has 8 professional sporting teams and all of Hollywood. So hopefully those guys will listen. Yes.
Coach, who's first? Good. What's our defense look like, and what kind of schemes are you going to run for defense?
Defensively, we are very multiple and very aggressive. We hired Don Brown from the University of Michigan, who I would argue statistically there's no one close in the country in terms of defensive efficiency and scoring defense since in comparison to Don Brown's defense. They were number 1 in defense in 2016. They were number 1 in defense in 2015 at Boston College, and they were in the top 8 in defense 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, excluding the COVID year of 2020. So, where they played 5 games. Every other year where there was 12 games, they were in the top 10. We hired Don. We got very fortunate we were able to do that. We were the benefactor of Ann Arbor, and we're okay with that. That being the case, he is known as Dr. Blitz. He is known as somebody that is going to get after the quarterback, and that's what our defensive philosophy will be. In regards to our players, we have 8 defensive players that have transferred on campus since we've arrived from other universities, along with the guys that we have on campus, and in combination of who we have and who we brought in, we feel really good that we should be able to be competitive in every game on defense, and then it'll be up to us on offense to score. And we'll take that burden.
Going back to the offense and the quarterback.
Yes.
Sometimes the quarterback is only as good as the offensive line is. And so I want to know what our offensive line is looking like for the coming year.
It's a great question. Our offensive line is, I think, a strength of our team right now. As long as we stay healthy with our offensive line, I feel good. Feel really good about where we are. We have a very, very good left tackle, a very good veteran center. We have some very good young players on the right side of the line. And in comparison to some other places that I have been in college football, I believe that if we could stay healthy, we should be pretty competitive out there and protect the quarterback. And it's our job my job as the offensive play caller, as well as the head coach, to make sure that our quarterback doesn't hold the football too long either. So I've got to do a good job of making sure he knows what to do.
As to play calling,
Yes.
I went to the spring game and saw a lot of, I wouldn't call them trick plays, but a lot
they
of...
were trick plays.
Fake thing like that. Could you give us your philosophy, and what did we see in the spring game, and what will we see in the coming year in that play calling?
Yeah, the spring game was more for fun and for show than it was for reality. We don't need, we have an advantage right now that no team really knows what we're going to do on offense, what we're going to do on defense. They can guess, they can assume, they could say, I don't know, maybe he'll do what he did at UCLA, maybe he'll do what he did at New England, maybe he'll do what we did at the Rams. So we don't want to give that one away. So we kind of took a little bit of a hodgepodge approach. We went in the spring game because that was on TV. All the other practices were the practices. So that was fun. We had a great time with it. We did run a bunch of trick plays. But our offense is a very pro-style Sunday system, as I like to say. What you see in the NFL, you'll see on our field. We'll be under center. We'll be in shotgun. We'll throw the ball probably 60%, run it 40, which is kind of about what the norm is in the NFL right now. And we'll try to be the best college offense that replicates an NFL team.
Better. Okay. Can you tell us something from your tenure in New England about Coach Belichick that we may not know?
He's a great guy. I would tell you that. I'm going up to spend a couple days on vacation with him next weekend. So I would say that I don't think anybody maybe realizes or knows how great of a guy he is. He is a fantastic, loyal person who, the day I got the job, that night, the first thing I walked into his office at 7:15 p.m. and I said, hey, this is going to happen. Just got the contract sent over, and he said, well, let's call Teddy Bruschi and let me introduce you. So that was, I never met Teddy before, and Bill was, it was, by that point in time, I think we got Teddy on the phone around 9:45 at night, and I had breakfast with Teddy the next morning. So I would say that's what he is. He's a connector. He's a great human being, and really treated my family and I incredibly well. Great. Time for one more? Yes. Yes, sir.
Coach, this is a football team for the University of Arizona. The University of Arizona. What is your philosophy for student athletes and their matriculation, their study, their moving forward through the university?
Yeah, well, first of all, as I was saying earlier, the biggest thing is we had the best GPA they've ever had. We'll continue to do better, I hope. But, there's been a lot of football here to have in this spring to have the best GPA. We're really proud of that with 118 players. Most of all of our players will have the opportunity to graduate. We expect them all to graduate. We expect them all to graduate in 3.5 years. That's how it's set up. Every one of our players gets a tutoring session. For every hour of school, they get an hour of a tutor. So we give them an opportunity there to do their very best. And then we have a fifth quarter program, which is for life after football, where we give our guys a 16-part curriculum on every aspect of life in terms of resume building, how to interview. We have an entire floor in our entire room in our building set aside for every aspect of leadership, how to dress for an interview, how to behave on the interview, before the interview. Everything you have on social media, on Twitter, et cetera, is representative of that. So these guys are student athletes. They're asked to do more than any other student on campus, as they're asked to, spend over 20 hours a week doing another thing other than studying. And then they have to perform in front of hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people watching them, if not millions, and in front of 57,000 at the stadium. And we're going to make sure that the pressure's on them. So it's our job to embrace that pressure and to help them become who they absolutely can be in life.
Coach, I just want to say on behalf of the club, we get Adia Barnes, we get our president of the university, we get many coaches to come to our meetings. And honestly, in the last 10 years, we haven't had a whole lot of success getting football coaches to come here. So I appreciate you coming and spending the time with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bear down. We're excited about this upcoming season for sure. And please, you guys, remember that Chris is back there. Let's not just, the stadium's already going to be full of red and blue. Let's make a little blue and gold in there, too. Let's get the Rotarians representing. Okay, Coach, we have a tradition in our club in which we have our keynote speakers sign a book that we donate to our Make Way for Books library. And today's book was about basketball. Just kidding. let's play football. I have an invitation to extend to you. We would be honored if you would join our club as an honorary member. So that means you have to come back. Okay. Real quick, before we have our inspiration, I want to let you all know that member Frank Dahl he had a fall and broke 5 ribs. Yeah. He's doing okay. He's recovering. He had to have surgery, but we do have cards circulating that we would like for you all to sign, or if you would like to reach out to him, I know he would love to hear from you. Next, if you guys could all, I'm making you stand up again for the inspiration, I think. Lee, yes? Okay. Lee Olitsky is leading us in the inspiration today. He's been a member since 2004, a University of South Florida grad, and owner of WIT2, a professional healthcare management and consulting business. Come on up here, Lee.
Well, I don't know which is worse, following children, pets, or the coach in terms of, but anyway, somewhat in honor of Jennifer's last meeting as president, I thought this might be inspirational for her as well as us. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain, when it comes, wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you walk gently through the world and know the beauty of the days, all the days of your life. Amen.
We're going to say 2 things.
Okay, I have permission to say two more things. It's a tight ship here. One is, on September 25th, we're going to have our centennial event. So I'm going to mention 2 things. First of all, thanks to Art Alice's efforts, we have a block of rooms at the new DoubleTree adjacent to the TCC. So if someone would like a room for the night or the weekend, it's available it's the Rotary block. And the second is we have a guest list that we're trying to build online at our website. So if you all have those that you'd like to extend an invitation to, please go to the website, because before you know it, it'll be September. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat. We're going to sit down now. We'll eat our lunch and enjoy some company, and we'll be back here shortly. still being served their food and everything, but if you don't mind me getting the rest of the meeting started while you're being served, that would be great. I look out in the crowd today, and we have a full house, you guys, and there's so many Rotarians and guests here today that I'm not going to go name by name today. So I would just like to say welcome to all of the guests who are visiting our club today. We are so glad to have you here. And also thank you to everybody who is tuning in virtually to watch the big show. So, first item of business is a birthday. We have quite a few birthdays today, you guys. The first birthday we are celebrating is for Gary Hirsch. His birthday was on June 6th. He's been a member since July of 2008. He's an Evergreen State College graduate, originally from Brooklyn, New York. He worked as a journeyman electrician and was a state natural resources director, becoming a CEO at Leaders Edge Coaching and Consulting. As you know, Gary is a talented piano player, a hiker, and an avid cyclist who helps tremendously with the Ride to End Polio efforts every year. Something you may not know about Gary, dun dun dun, he had a roommate, and his roommate was the one and only Gene Simmons from the band Kiss. I'm sure you have some interesting stories. All right, come on up here.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, so I've started to use my high school graduation picture for Rotary. So, birthdays, I think of cake and I think of gifts. And about 10 years ago, where's Bob Schaff? There he is. Bob gave me one of the best gifts I've ever received, which was sponsorship into this club. And every week when we actually meet, I'm just inspired by the generosity and the caring and the service of this club. And so thank you all for having me as a member. And as long as I'm here, let me talk about the Ride 10 Polio, because we're doing it again this year. And all I want to say is, if you're making donations to the International Foundation or to our club foundation or to the annual fund, you can use that donation to sponsor a rider for no additional cost. So if anyone here is thinking about riding, can you just stand real quick? I've been accused of being an opportunist. And so these are folks you can consider sponsoring with your pledges, so I'd really urge you to do that so we can get our donations back up. Thank you all for having me as a member. Oh, and one more thing. I made a donation to Jen and the Rotary Foundation. I'd like to sponsor Charlotte Harris's indoor ride.
All right. The next birthday we are celebrating was on June 16th for a member that's been in our club since September of 2008. Daryl Stewart is originally from Utica, New York, and a University of Minnesota graduate. And immediately after graduate school, did you guys know that he spent some time on a project in Cairo, Egypt with a Mrs. Sadat? I had to Google that, but that's pretty cool. Okay, coming back to the States, he worked for 25 years in hospital administration for five different hospitals, receiving accolades from 3M for innovation in healthcare delivery while he was at St. Mary's. Now, he is a proprietor of Copper Court Casitas. Did you guys know that Daryl was on an Indy pit car team, right? And he met the one and only Walt Disney when he was 12. And he was given a gift by Walt Disney, but he didn't disclose what the gift was. So, a mug. And you still have it. All right. Was it a beer mug? You were 12. All right. Come on up here, Daryl.
So about 4 weeks ago, I was returning for a real quick trip to Seattle, arriving back in Tucson late afternoon. As we know, when it's warm, we get some turbulence. I was seated on the aisle toward the back of the plane. Next to me was the mom, and then there was a 10-year-old boy sitting at the window who was autistic. About 200 or 300 feet off the runway, before we landed, we hit an air pocket, and the little boy yells out, "We're going down!" Mom said, "Remember when we talked about yelling fire inside a movie theater?" I also have $100 in support of Charlotte Harris's indoor ride.
Charlotte's getting the love. It's very well deserved. Okay, the next birthday we're celebrating is Marsha Kremweedy's birthday. It's actually today, you guys. She's been a member since July of 2005. She's a Tucson native, a graduate of the U of A. Marsha was in the IT and telecommunications world for 15 years, up until recently where she started her own business, Love Your Body Sculpting. One of Marsha's sponsors was actually her grandfather, George Codd, and she actually was the best mentor ever. And it's kind of her fault that I'm here. Marsha was my mentor. She's amazing. Somewhat of a surprise, I guess, during COVID, Marsha became a step-grandmother. Yeah. And she would love to show you pictures of the baby. His name is Avery, and he's a cutie. Come on up here, Marsha.
Hi, everyone. It's so wonderful to be celebrating my birthday here at Rotary with all of my Rotary friends. I'm so happy to also be celebrating almost 16 years in this club. Thank you to my mentor, Vicki Jacobs, who taught me so much so I could in turn be an awesome mentor to Jen. Gary already has my check, and yeah, apparently I love a challenge, so I started a body sculpting business in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, but I'd love to talk to anybody about that might be interested, and of course to show you pictures of my step-grandson, because he is adorable. Thank you.
All right, last but not least, we have Matt Blair. His birthday is June 28th. He has been a member since April of 2009. He was born in Germany but grew up in Ogden, Utah. He graduated from Colorado State University with a degree in zoology with thoughts of being a veterinarian. However, he ultimately decided to get in printing and graphic design business with his brother, and he's the vice president of client services at Cirrus Visual. He and Cirrus Visual make those awesome Ride to End polio jerseys for all the people that ride in that race. He loves to mountain bike, spend time with his sons, and would love to fish and ski more, but there's not enough time in the day. All right, come on up here, ma'am.
Thank you all, and much love to you. This club is an inspiration to me, and I've brought my oldest in here a couple of times, and he gets a lot out of it, and it's a great way for him to learn what the rest of the world is, and that I'm not some crazy fool when I try to inspire him or his brother. So, love you all. I made a donation to President Jen's run, and good for you on that. So, thanks much.
Okay, now we're moving on to the introduction of a new member. If past president, past district governor Ellie Patterson, member since June of 2010, would come on up here for the introduction.
And my introduction is for our new member, and that's Nancy Bevins. And a little background on Nancy. She grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida, receiving her bachelor's degree from Florida State and then her master's degree from Georgia State. Her career was spent in the corporate world, working both in the sales and marketing departments at Bell South /AT&T. After living 20 years in Atlanta, Nancy and her husband moved to Tucson in 2008. She's retired and enjoys travel and cooking. Nancy was especially delighted to learn about Rotary support of the JTED program, and one thing you probably don't know is that she's actually taught cooking lessons in the JTED culinary program and classrooms at Saguaro and Mountain View high schools. Nancy joined our Rotary group officially this past April, and she's looking forward to getting involved with both the Scholarship Committee and the Peace Committee, and of course, the car show. And I'm so pleased to be Nancy's sponsor.
Well, thank you. I'm very honored to have been invited to join this Rotary group. I'm looking very forward to taking part of it. I want to thank my sponsor, Ellie Patterson, and my mentor, Joe Danishevsky, who have patiently guided me through the nuances of new membership. I'm very interested in joining both the Peace Program as well as the Scholarship Program, and I brought along a check today to help that scholarship fund. So I look forward to working with everyone. Thank you very much.
Hold on a second, Nancy. There's a sticker. There you go. And you have
Thank you.
all your goodies are in
My
there.
goodie bag.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club, Nancy. All right, now, you guys, it's time for, actually, we have a special award that we have, and I would like to invite Margaret Higgins up to talk a little bit about it.
Apologies, I forgot to wear red today. I wondered why everybody was wearing red. And I know that you all think that you came here to hear Jedd speak. Well, in large part, I know that you came to hear who the recipient of this year's Orville McPherson actually is. Now, I'm not going to say who it is, but I just want to stress to you, perhaps inadvertently, Jedd gave me the intro for today when he said, "Do things right, good things come." So we do have this wonderful award, and it's given to one of our own for having done things right. And good things definitely are going to come. So, you know, the awards team looked through a whole raft of nominations, and they were all so well deserving. And the person that's going to receive it today was the winner in terms of number of nominations and quality of nominations, but only fractionally. We had an excellent group of people. But the Orville McPherson is there to recognize somebody amongst us who has done really good stuff, whatever it happens to be, over the last year. And I can say I was absolutely delighted with the person, with the knowledge that the person who is going to get this award is the one that got the award, because boy, he has been wonderfully helpful to me and to many, many others. So I'm now going to ask Jim Lubinsky to come up and actually announce the winner, but I want every one of you to think how you're going to top this for next year's award, because this was great. Really, it was a case of did things right, and definitely good things are coming. So remember, the Orville McPherson Award.
Thanks, Margaret. Today, another worthy Rotarian joins the 35 previous winners of the Orville McPherson Award. And like their predecessors, the individual exhibits the same dedication to service and the inability to say no. So, without further ado, here are some clues and accomplishments of our winner. Our awardee is on their second tour of Tucson. No guesses yet? Our awardee has traveled the world and lived in a foreign country. Still no guesses. Our awardee and their family must have been hard to live with as they moved from town to town numerous times in their youth. As an adult, our awardee has continued the wanderlust nature of their youth, having hiked some of the most challenging and interesting trails in this country and the world. Our awardee is both a duck and a thunderbird. I see some recognition. Our awardees spent their early life working at major consumer products companies, including Colgate-Palmolive, R.R. Donnelley, and Hallmark. Our awardee is an entrepreneur owning a Tucson area business. And our awardee is married, has 3 adult children, one of them recently engaged. So that's the personal stuff. Now let's get to the Rotary bona fides. Joined in December of 2004, has been a club director and president, is a member of the foundation board of directors, has chaired the car show, has helped lead the venue change committee, has helped the creation of the recently completed club strategic plan, very active in the STAR program, an active member of the hiking club, and spearheaded the March Madness membership drive several years ago. So I could go on, but I think you get the picture. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the 2021 winner of the Orville McPherson Award and my good friend, Chuck Sawyer.
Wow. So 2 other members, what Margaret said, there are so many members in this club that are deserving of this award, who do so much. In fact, I was part of a team that nominated somebody else this year, and that person absolutely deserves this award as well. And as she said, you know, these things are close. So I'm surprised, I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I really appreciate this. I'd like to say thank you to Kathy for the support she's given me, my wife here, for being involved in Rotary. And I want to talk a second on teams. We had 2 great teams. We had a great team that worked on the strategic plan that was past presidents, and Steve Pickering joined us on that, and a very great team that worked on the venue committee as well. But things get done in Rotary based on teams of the wonderful people, the great people, the remarkable people we have in this club, and things get done, like our car show. When I think ahead a little bit to the future, you know, we had a tough 18 months. You know, we all know that coming off of COVID. I would like to say for Bob Logan, who did a great job of starting us into how to figure out to work on COVID. Thank you, Bob. Terrific job. And especially on her last meeting here today, Jennifer, for the wonderful job you did leading us through this last year. Can you join me in a round of applause for Jennifer Hoffman, please? Hello. So if I look to the future for this club, I'm optimistic. I think that we've had 100 great years and we have 100 another great years to come, that we'll do more in the upcoming years than we've done in the past. And I feel blessed that I can be a part of a Rotary Club that allows us to do significant things, for each and every one of us to do significant things here in Tucson, and as part of Rotary that we can do things globally as well. So I think that if I think about my experience at Rotary, I feel blessed that I can be part of an organization that helps me feel fulfilled in giving back to the community, and I consider it a blessing to be able to serve in that way. So thank you very much for this award. Appreciate it.
We do. Let's hear it for Gary.
So this game is called the King of Clubs. Our deck is dwindling week by week, and today's take quarter is $91 for the winning raffle ticket. John. The next part.
Wow, 1,000.
If this person pulls the king of clubs, let's see, it is 383,971. All right.
Anyone?
Pull out this one and see if it's mine.
Uh-oh. What's the number? Wait, oh. All right, right.
All right. Let's see if Mike is so lucky to pull the king of clubs out of this deck.
Ah, dang. Yeah, you guys, let's keep building that pot. All right, so you guys, I ran for Rotary this year. I don't, you really want to know? Because I'm really tired. So I ran 56 miles so far this month, which makes it 1,006 miles so far for my year. That's 38 marathons. And, I Googled to see how far, what the city was that was a 1,006 miles away. You guys know that I keep wanting to run towards the mountains. Well, it made me take a right turn. Currently, I'm in Waco, Texas. But that's okay, because Chip and Joanna Gaines need my help. You guys, thanks to all of your generosity, you guys have donated to my run $13,551. So, thank you guys, and for donating to the cause of the annual fund, Polio Plus, some donated to the car show and JTED, so I truly appreciate it. You guys are an amazing, generous group. All right.
Bruce Jacobs. See, Jen, just like you, close of administration, so I get to drop the mic because I'm done with social, and now Jeannie Flower gets stuck with that. So if you haven't signed up for close of administration this Saturday, even though we're past the cutoff, I think that if some of you want to get in on it, we can. But on a separate note, I have a question. Do we still fine people that their telephones go off during the meeting?
Absolutely.
Like people like past presidents that their cell phones go off?
Yeah.
Was
that quacking
there was somebody I heard back at the rowdy table, and
Oh, Dave Gallagher. I'm still taking donations for my run.
and President Jen, one other is our famous photographer, which we know how much money Chris Mooney makes, but I can swear that I heard his cell phone go off, and I believe he stepped up and actually went out of the room when that happened. So I will let you decide what you're going to do, because your term isn't over yet. So
I'll have to think on that. My best punishments come later. All right, Ken Light.
Yes.
Oh, there you are, okay.
You're not going to believe what a stupendous, extravagant, amazing auction is being planned for the centennial event. We are going to raise $67,293 as a result of 250 extraordinary gifts. Now, you may wonder why $67,293, and I'm going to keep you in suspense until another meeting, but I just want you to know that if you subtract that from 100,000, coincidentally 100 years, 100,000, you come up with 32,707. Again, a very important number, and we'll come back to that. But we need your help. We need to get donated items, and right now we have 73 committed items, 98 additional in-progress items, That's 171 out of the 250 that we need. So we need your help in getting more, but we don't want just any item, anything you can go and buy anywhere, and, I mean, we'll take them. Don't get me wrong, we'll take them if you got them. But we're looking for stuff you can't buy. Stuff like a tour for two of Jay Leno's private garage with airfare and accommodations. That's there, we've got that. We've actually got a spa package that Faye Morris has put together that, again, I'm going to save you the details right now, but it is unbelievable, and you can't buy that. It's very special. We're looking for a few more of those. So I need your help there. We're looking for sponsorships. If you know somebody who would like to sponsor, trade out, give us something that will help us achieve our goal, we need that. The timeline that you see shows that we're in progress right now to get the donated items. The online auction through the Bidding for Good site begins on August 27th. And I encourage you to look at that Bidding for Good site. Right now, there's about 20 or 25 of our items listed, and you'll see how it's going to work. But they'll all be on there before the bidding opens, and it will close on September 24th. The live auction, with only 5 or 6 special items, like the Jay Leno package and so forth, will be at the Centennial event on September 25th. Third, we're looking for space in which we can store our donated items. We have a location, but it's not ideal, and if anybody has a space that will allow us to store items from now as we collect the items through the auction and through the distribution of the items after the auction, we could really use your help. Please see me after the meeting. Next slide, please. We've got about 100 items, 75 to 100 more items. That's only about 10 items a week that we need, but we need your help in doing that. We need some volunteers, and here's where I really need help. We're going to have 250. Right now, we've got 150 items, and we have to follow up on those. We have to confirm some, we have to pick some up, we have to get them to the site where we're going to hold them, and we need to get new ones. So I would like to see some hands. I need a minimum of five people to help Faye, Jeannie. And by the way, where is Jeannie? Would you stand up a second? Just stand. She has done a remarkable job. Man, she deserves that. There is online a list of all of our auction items and the status, and I'm happy to share that with you. Jeannie has put all that together. She's put our slides together. She's doing a yeoman's job of keeping all that stuff organized for us. So we need a few more people to help us, but mostly in getting and picking up and organizing and following and making phone calls. And I need 5 more people. Can I see 5 hands, please, to help us so we're not doing it all by ourselves? No, I don't see any. That's not a good start.
Come on, guys.
Whoa, there we go. Right there, one. Would you note who it is, Jen, that we got one there? Whoop, over there is a second,
Abby.
a third, 2 more, just 2 more. Come on. There we go.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Finally
Jim.
a guy.
One
All
more.
the ladies raise their hand. Come
One
on,
more.
men.
Right,
All right,
there we
Terry.
go. All right, thank you. You got the 5? You got to note them because they're not going to come back and find me. I got to go find them. So
Okay, mental note.
you got the names. I'm looking to Jen because I can't see over the front row here.
Okay, if you raised your hand, please go see Ken after the meeting, okay? Abby, Rob Lemaster's guest,
Thank you.
Sarah, James Rubiano's,
Good.
Gary.
Thanks, Jen.
All right.
I'm one of them. Okay.
Wow, you guys.
What a meeting.
All right. So let's see, where are we? If you guys have picked up your car show tickets, make sure you don't leave them behind. If you have car show ticket money, you can give it to Roger, right? All right. Also, if you haven't picked up your car show tickets, make sure you pick them up today. I want to thank everybody for coming today. It was great to have such a big crowd for my last hurrah. Also, thank you all who tuned in virtually to watch the meeting. If you would like to donate to the scholarships, there is a cup at the registration table. Thank you for returning your name tags to the basket. I think we actually get our real fancy badges back at the next meeting. Happy birthday, Gary, Daryl, Marcia, Matt. Welcome to the club. Congrats, Chuck. We are dark next week because we have a party to go to this weekend, you guys. I hope to see you there, but the next meeting is with President Mark Irvin at TCC on July 7th. Okay, so I would like to take a few minutes just to say some thank yous here. To my board, to the committees for being a tremendous source of support and, making sure things stayed on track throughout the course of this different and challenging and, awesome year, really. We learned a lot. We did a lot. If you are on my board, I'm going to say your name. I'd like for you to stand up and be recognized. You have your incoming president, Mark Irvin. Glenn Ewing, Marcy Euler, Gary Olson, of course, our Sergeant at Arms, Bruce Jacobs, Diana Cannon, Jim Wood, Leah Litsky, Curtis Dawson, Chris Mooney, and of course, past president, the Reign of Terror, Bob. And again, a huge thank you to all the committees and who supported the club. Bob, sit back down. I'm just kidding. What did you have something profound to say? Okay, anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was on my list. You stole my thunder, dude. You totally stole my thunder. Whatever, Bob. You're just stealing my mic drop. Kanye. Whatever. All right. Now, a huge, there aren't words for the gratitude I have for the two lovely ladies at the back of the room, Dorena and Carrie, you guys. I have no idea whatsoever where our club would be without their amazing efforts. They are always there, and they know everything, you guys, about this club and our members, and they keep us on track and in line, and thank you, guys. All right. Now I would like to thank the staff at Hacienda. Bob. Now, you guys, Hacienda del Sol has been amazing, and Amanda back there, thank you guys so much for all you've done and being so welcoming and taking great care of us with fantastic meals. We will be back to visit for sure. Last but not least, I have a few people. Hobie, Sean, just kidding. I'd love to thank my husband, Sean, my boys, Owen and Noah. Yeah, stand up. Everybody, take a look at, Noah's going to give you a thumbs up, because he has to. Mom, she set the path for me in charitable and giving, being part of giving back and being involved in the community. She kind of trailblazed that one for me. And of course, my mother-in-law, Melanie. She always, she's always there, causing trouble. All right, Sean, did you know that you earned a parting gift today? Come on up here. Yeah, come on up here. He got his blue badge. He's our most current blue badge, the newest blue badger. All right. Do you want to say anything? Nope. Okay. I was really worried that his nickname was going to say Hobie. It's a long, I don't know if you guys were here for his first introduction, but that was his nickname, his Lake days. All right, so now if you guys would actually, I'll stop talking in just a minute. My final toast, no quote today, but if you join me here, I've learned this past year that gifts come in many forms. They can be a smile, a wave, words of encouragement, advice, even the unsolicited kind is sometimes a gift. Challenges, and this year's been challenging. Challenges are a gift because they give you an opportunity to show you what you're capable of. Laughter is a gift. We've had lots of laughter here. They lift you up. Being able to give is a gift, whether it be monetary, your time, or just an ear to somebody who needs it. Today, I toast you all, especially Sean, though I still don't know what you guys were thinking when you put me up here. I will be forever grateful to your mentorship, your friendship, and all of the kindness you've shown me over the course of the past year. Thank you. Here's to you.